What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today I'm doing race 6 for the 2025 Mission 200 at the Glen. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This weekend, the NASCAR Xfinity Series has the Watkins Glen International Speedway, a 2.45-mile road course that generally puts on some really exciting and fantastic racing, a lot of great opportunities to make passes, and can have some really aggressive and really fun racing from time to time at the track. The last time we ran near Watkins Glen, we saw Connor Zilisch pick up his first career Xfinity Series victory and his first ever start at the track. He's back this time around to try to pick up his 6th win of 2025 and his 7th career Xfinity Series win at the racetrack. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather for this weekend currently at the moment is looking extremely promising. It's going to be 87 degrees high with 62 degrees as the low with a 0% chance of rain with partly cloudy skies. Could be a little warm out at the track, but not super warm, just right weather for me. The weather's not too bad. It's not too hot. It's not really going to be extremely hot this weekend. The weather's actually pretty solid for this weekend at Watkins Glen for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks usually work on the channel. I do 2 suck picks, 2 drivers I expect to struggle throughout the weekend who I don't think will have the pace and speed. I got 2 underdog picks, 2 drivers who desperately need a good run who I think will have a good run this weekend or really good at this type of track. And I do my winners pick, the driver I think is going to win the race overall. And then I do the drivers you need to watch out for. For this weekend, instead of 4, I got 5 drivers you need to watch out for along with the race winner. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for this weekend at Watkins Glen? My first suck pick for this weekend at Watkins Glen is a driver 39 car for RSS Racing, Ryan Sieg. Ryan Sieg has had a lot of speed throughout the 2025 season, but one of the big issues I've noticed with the 39 car throughout the year has been the reliability issues on the road courses, and I think that unfortunately is going to affect Ryan Sieg this weekend in a pretty big way. I just don't trust the 39 team when it comes to reliability, because while I think they've had a lot of speed this year, especially on the intermediate ovals and even the shorter tracks as well, I just don't trust them on the road courses right now. They don't have the same consistency, and they're having a lot of mechanical gremlins and a lot of mechanical issues. So I think because of that, I think Ryan Sieg is going to struggle and not be a major factor this weekend at Watkins Glen. My second suck pick for this weekend at Watkins Glen is a driver of the 99 car for Viking Motorsports, Matt DiBenedetto. Now, Matt DiBenedetto historically, I think is actually a pretty underrated road course racer. I've seen the guy contend for top 10s, top 15s, top 20s, even top 5s on road courses in the NASCAR Cup Series as well. So you think I'd have him as maybe an underdog pick, but I just don't trust Matt DiBenedetto on the road courses for this car. The Viking Motorsports team has not been really good with their reliability, and they've had some issues with that at times throughout the year, especially on the road races. So I think because of that, I think it's going to be a little bit of struggle for Matt to be a major factor. Now, I think he's going to have decent speed because the ECR engines, at least on the Xfinity side, have been pretty good, but I think it'll be a little struggle for Matt to be a major factor, and I think we'll have a little bit of struggles this weekend in the Xfinity Series race at Watkins Glen with Viking Motorsports. And now we're going ahead and jump on the underdog picks for the 2025 Mission 200 at the Glen. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend at Watkins Glen is the driver 32 car for Jordan Anderson Racing, Austin Green. Austin Green, I believe, is making his 3rd or 4th road course start in the Xfinity Series this year in 2025. And generally when we go to road course races, this is a guy I can kind of count on of having a really good run, because Austin Green is a fantastic and a really strong road course guy. He contends for top 5s at times, and he generally contends around that 10th to 15th range every time we go out to a road course track. Plus, he does have an ARCA win at Charlotte earlier this year at Pinnacle. I think that Austin Green is going to be a factor for a very good run. I think he'll have a good chance for a top 10. Yes, the field is stacked with a lot of competition for all 3 series, but I think Austin Green can be someone who can break that mold and run really well at Watkins Glen. My second underdog pick for this weekend at Watkins Glen is a driver of the 18 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Williams Walsh. Early in this year, I was really hard on Williams Walsh because I felt like he was not ready to make the jump up to Xfinity Series competition. But in the last couple weeks especially, he has been proving me wrong, and say what you want to say about him on normal tracks, he's been really good on the road courses this year. He had a top 5 car at Sonoma, had really good speed at Mexico, and I think this 18 team is really starting to find their mojo, and they're starting to find their groove with a lot more consistent runs. I think he's actually going to have a solid run this weekend. He could be a sleeper pick that could maybe contend for a win and victory. I think he'll have top 10 speed potentially, and I think he'll have a pretty good run this weekend at Watkins Glen. And now we're going to head on to the winner's pick for the 2025 Mission 200 at the Glen. Who am I picking to win? My winner's pick comes from two drivers at this point, and these are the two best guys that have been on road courses in Cup and Xfinity over the last year and a half or so. And I was really going to go more with the veteran driver at this point originally. Until you look at how good this guy, his other competitor, which will likely be his teammate next year in Cup competition, is Ben at Watkins Glen. He won the ARCA race last year, and he also won the race in Xfinity last year. I'm going to be picking the driver, the 88 card for Junior Motorsports, Connor Zilisch, to get back on track with winning, pick up his 6th win of 2025, and go back-to-back at Watkins Glen. Connor Zilisch has been exceptional at Watkins Glen, and he's an unbelievable road course guy. He's been really good at this track in ARCA, Xfinity competition, and he's going to run the Cup Series race in the 87 car coming up here this weekend as well. I think Zilisch is going to be the guy to beat. I think SVG is going to give him a run for his money for the win, but I think they're both going to be pretty equal in the equipment, but I think that Connor Zilisch at the end of the day is going to be the guy to beat. I think he'll be the guy that will go to victory lane. I'm picking Connor Zilisch to win this weekend at Watkins Glen. And now we're going to head on to drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at Watkins Glen. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Watkins Glen is the driver of the 9 car for Junior Motorsports, Shane Van Gisbergen. Now, last year in this race, Shane Van Gisbergen was not as strong. He probably had the second best car in the field, but was not as strong as Connor Zilisch. I think he actually will be a lot closer this time around to Zilisch, and I think it's just going to be really close for him to get it done. I think he's going to be really fast this weekend for sure. He's looking to win, of course, the Cup Series race, continue his domination on road course on the Cup side. I think Shane will have a solid car and will have a good opportunity to maybe get the win this weekend at Watkins Glen. The second driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Watkins Glen is the driver of the 11 car for Colleague Racing, Michael McDowell. Michael McDowell is making his first Xfinity Series start since his last win Xfinity competition back at Road America in 2016. And I think it'll be the closest thing to both Zilisch and SVG in the race on Saturday. I think he'll be really, really good. McDowell's been really good at road courses, been pretty good at Watkins Glen in the past, could have won the race in 2023 if not for having mechanical issues early in the event. I think that Michael will have a chance. Now, the equipment could be an issue. We also announced today Will Brown is going to drive this car, but I think that we'll see McDowell be a factor, have a really good opportunity to pick up the win this weekend at Watkins Glen. The third driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Watkins Glen is the driver of the 41 car for the Haas factory team, Sam Mayer. Sam Mayer has been very good at road course tracks over the last couple of years. He's won a lot of his races at those types of tracks, and he just picked up his first Xfinity Series win of the season going back-to-back at Iowa. I think Sam Mayer is going to have a really good opportunity to contend for the victory. I think the car will be fast. He won this race 2 years ago. I think it's going to be a great run for him, and I think I'll have a great chance and a very good opportunity to pick up a second straight victory in the Xfinity Series this weekend at Watkins Glen. The fourth driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Watkins Glen is the driver of the 00 car for the Haas factory team, Sheldon Creed. Now, while Sheldon Creed has not been as strong on road courses as Sam Mayer has been, I gotta say Sheldon Creed's been pretty good at them over the years. He's won a lot of Truck Series road course races, including, I believe, at Daytona back in 2020. And Sheldon Creed, of course, is someone that I would rely on in potentially getting a top 5 or top 10 run. I think the pace and speed is going to be there for Sheldon Creed. I think they're going to bring a really good car for him this weekend, and maybe we'll see back-to-back wins for the Haas factory team, and instead of maybe Sam Mayer going to victory lane, it could be Sheldon Creed. And a fifth and final driver I think you should watch out for this weekend at Watkins Glen is the driver of the 54 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Taylor Gray. This is going to be a bold one, but hear me out. Taylor Gray has been really starting to pick up the speed on the racetrack. He had a really fast car at Iowa Speedway, had top 5 speed all day, was really, really quick at Dover as well, and has been really good at other tracks like Indianapolis as well. This 54 team is really starting to show a lot of it, and at one of the most recent road course races, that being in Mexico, he finished second to Daniel Suarez. I think that he is on the verge of getting his first win. He's really having a solid rookie season. If not for a dominant year by Connor Zilisch, he'd be having the best rookie season, that being Taylor Gray. He's been pretty impressive in that car. I think Gray will have a pretty good run this weekend at Watkins Glen. So, those are my race picks for the 2025 Mission 200 at the Glen. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Ryan Sieg, Matt DiBenedetto. My underdog picks are Austin Green, William Sawalsh. My winner's pick is Connor Zilisch. And the ones to watch out for, Shane Van Gisbergen, Michael McDowell, Sam Mayer, Sheldon Creed, and Taylor Gray. Those are my race picks. So, that is going to be it for the race picks video for the 2025 Mission 200 at the Glen at Watkins Glen. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Notifications on so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go below that and comment your picks for this weekend at Watkins Glen. Who are your picks for this weekend? Let me know your suck picks, your underdog picks, your winner's pick, and let me know the drivers you're watching out for this weekend at Watkins Glen. Let me know them in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, we're going to have a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple of days. We're going to talk about Will Brown being announced earlier today and confirmed to be running at Portland. We'll talk about maybe some other supercar guys like Brock Feeney, Cam Waters as well. We're also going to be talking about Austin Hill being granted a playoff waiver, some silly C stuff around Justin Haley and Daniel Suarez, maybe Suarez going to Spire potentially or Junior Motorsports. We'll talk about some of the other rumors that have been going around as well in the industry. We'll have the paint scheme video for Watkins Glen for both Cup, Xfinity, and trucks. And then on Friday, we're going to have, of course, the Truck Series race video, maybe some special content dropping on Friday if any major news breaks. Then on Saturday and Sunday, I have reactions to the NASCAR Xfinity Series race on Saturday, Xfinity and Cup qualifying on that same day probably as well. And then, of course, on Sunday, we'll have the starting lineup video for the NASCAR Cup Series race at Watkins Glen and the Cup review as well. We got content coming out, people like Haley Deegan, Shane Van Gisbergen, Carlos Gerbush, Cobblish, Bo Walsh, Ross Chastain, Claudia Zafar, Dodge Ram, Colleague Racing, Will Brown, Cam Waters, all this stuff, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Ryan Preece, Brad Keselowski, name it, we'll talk about on the channel in the coming days and weeks. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode. I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, buddy.